Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a makeup tutorial on the eye look I'm wearing today. I'm heading out to a bit of a ladies lunch and I wanted to do something super feminine, girly and soft with lots of light pink tones. So I thought what better palette to use than my Naked 3 by Urban Decay. It has lots of beautiful pink bronzers and some cooler tone shades, so perfect to achieve this sort of look. So please stay tuned to see how I achieve this look, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I shall get into it. So guys, today I'd just like to focus on the eyes. I have already done all of my face makeup. The reason being is there is a new product that I am trialing at the moment, which I would like to do a review and demo video. So I didn't want to get into it too much. I will list all the products below. If you follow me on Instagram, you would probably know what that product is. So see if you can guess it in the comments box. But that video will be coming up in the next week or so. So I shall zoom you in and we shall get started on the eye makeup. So first off, I'm going to prime my eyes with my Urban Decay eye primer in the colour Eden. So this is my #1 ultimate favourite eye primer. I can't do any eyeshadow look without using this stuff on my lids first. It just helps prolong my eyeshadow just massively. So I get a lot of creasing on my lids, and when I use this, it prevents it for a really considerable amount of time, like at least 8 hours. It will eventually wear off, just as most makeup will, but it does last for quite a long time. My Sigma E40 tapered blending brush, I'm going to take the shade Limit and just dust that all over my eye just to make sure that eyelid primer isn't all tacky and sticky. So I'm going to start by putting the colour Dust on my inner corner. I'm going to use a brush that actually came with the Urban Decay palette. And then with my finger, I'm going to take the shade Burnout, which is next to Dust, and just pat that all over my lid. Then just wiping off my finger, I'm going to go back in with that shade Dust and just try to build up that colour on the inner corner. I feel like sometimes with shades like these and these sort of palettes, they're really beautiful colours, but the pigment payoff isn't that great when you use a brush, so sometimes it's easier just use your finger. Then using my blending E25 brush, I'm going to take the colour Mooner and I'm going to run that all through my crease. And what I do when I'm blending, I always blend my shade slightly up onto my eyebrow bone, because I feel like my mobile lid, when looking straight on, you don't really get to see the shades I actually have on my eye. So I like to bring it up higher to give the illusion of bigger eyes. I also have to be careful because I actually have 2 different shaped eyes, which I never noticed until I started trying to get really fancy with eyeshadow looks. So I actually have one of my brow bones is actually higher than the other, which means my lid on one eye actually has more space than the other because of the height difference in my eyebrow bones, which isn't uncommon because most people's faces are not entirely symmetrical. I just feel like now that I've started trying to be a bit more adventurous with different eyeshadow looks, I can really tell the difference. And sometimes I watch my videos back and I look at my eye makeup and it does look different on each eye, but I mean, all I can do is my best because they are actually different shapes and sizes, so what can you do? So I'm just going to continue to build up that colour, Mooner, in my crease and blending up to my eyebrow bone. So now using my E25 blending brush still, I'm actually going to take this colour Factory, which is a little bit darker. I'm going to put that right in my very outer corner of my eye, so in this outer V section, and just slowly blending it up into my crease. Just in little small amounts so we can get the desired depth. I don't want anything too dark, I don't think today. And then what I like to do is if I get a bit too much dark product up too high, I just go back in with my E40 tapered blending brush with no product on it, and I just blend it out. Like that. And then just slowly blending that in. I still leave about a finger space in between my tear duct and where I'm bringing that darker shade, because I find that even though I do like sometimes bringing it right in, it does kind of close off my eyes a little bit sometimes. So I prefer to elongate them and bring the darker shades out. Then going back in with the E40 blending brush again, just with no product on it. Yet again, it's just there to help diffuse those shades and make it look really nice and even and blown out. Okay, so I feel like we may have lost a little bit of the dimension in the pink shades on the lid, so I'm just going to go back in with the brush that came with my Naked 3 palette and pick up the colour Burnt Out and just pat that on my lid again. And then using the smallest end of the brush, I'm going to go back in with the colour Dust in the inner corner, just patting it up into that colour Burnt Out. Going back in with the shade Factory, I'm just going to continue to darken up that outer part of my eye and just slowly blend it into the pinker shades that are on my actual lid. Just want them to look nice and sort of like ombre, so just develop into each other, if that makes sense. Then going back in again with my E40 tapered blending brush, just blending it all out again with no additional product on the brush. So I think sometimes the biggest thing with blending is you just have to have patience and you have to be gentle. So taking my little Australis black pencil, this is one of my favourites, I'm just simply going to actually like line right along my eyelashes. So I actually like to keep a stash of these little cotton tips by Swispers because you've got two different ends. They're not like a normal cotton tip. You've got a pointed end up here and you've got like a flat kind of spatula end. So I find these are just perfect just to really precisely smudge out my liner without disturbing my shadow on my lid. So I just like to run that pointy side right along the line that I've drawn and just smudge it out like that. So I'm going to start off with this no-name brush just from Priceline and use this tapered end with the colour Dust just to pop it on my inner corner. Then with my E30 pencil brush by Sigma, I'm going to take the colour Mooner, which I put, that was the first crease colour, under my eye. And I'm just going to smoke that out. Bring it right into that inner corner shade. Okay, then going in with the same brush again, picking up the colour Factory and keeping it on the very outer part of my eye. So I'm going to go in and curl my lashes. Then using my Maybelline Mascara, just going to coat my top and bottom lashes. So for today, I think I'm going to use the 109 Natural Lashes from Ardell because they're just nothing too over the top, just really natural, give me a bit of a volume to my lashes. So what I like to do is just trim them down ever so slightly because they are just a tiny bit too long for my eyes. I then pop the duo glue on the back of my hand and with like, look how wet my hand is to my face. Then with a little cotton tip, I just run it along the lash line of the actual false lashes. Then I try to let it sit for like 20 seconds so it gets nice and tacky, and that's when I pop them on. Alright, so what I like to do is just take my pencil again and just run back over top of those lashes just to make sure you can't see any of the glue. And then I think I'm going to run a bit of that in my inner waterline and upper waterline as well. Okay, so now the eyes and face is done. I'm going to go in and use my Bubblegum Lip Scrub by Lush. This stuff is the best, and I always like using this lip scrub before I go ahead and like applying the lipstick, because I have quite dry lips, and if I don't, I find that all my lipsticks kind of settle in any dry patches and creases on my lips. So this just helps to prevent that. So I'm going to go in with my Face of Australia lip liner in the colour Nude and just outline my lips. And then my beautiful friend Danielle actually gave me this lipstick. It is by Gerard Cosmetics in the colour Kimchi Doll, and it is kind of like a beautiful pinky, really nude shade. So I felt like this would go perfect with today's eye look. So I'm going to wear this today and then pop a gloss over the top of it. Then I'm going to layer my NYX Butter Gloss in Vanilla Cream Pie over the top. And this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for me if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!